Do you have something that you want to get over, but you just don't know how? Moldavite might be the thing for you. And it's not going to be easy. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So if you don't know what Moldavite is, it's a tektite technically, but I like to call it a crystal anyway because it's basically a crystal. And it's an asteroid that came and landed on the Earth a long time ago and started forming these little crystals in the Czech Republic. And we don't know exactly where this thing came from, and that's what makes it so amazing to me. And when I first got it, I handed it to my ex-girlfriend at the time, it was my girlfriend at the time, but now she's my ex-girlfriend. And when I handed it to her, she actually started crying. Like, she didn't even believe in crystals or anything. Like, instantly handed it to her, she just busted out crying. I've handed it to my grandparents who don't really believe in the power of crystals like I do, at least, and they felt a burning sensation in their hand. So people who think crystals are just crazy and it doesn't make sense, all of those people actually feel something from Moldavite, and that's why I think that it's the most powerful crystal. So I'm not saying that you're just going to instantly have the most amazing life just because you got a piece of Moldavite. It might actually be the opposite at first. You're going to have to face your demons. You're going to have to face everything that you don't want to face right now. And that's what's been happening to me recently. And it saved my life. Now, I'm not going to give all my power to Moldavite. That's not what I'm saying. Because you are connected to these crystals. So on a deeper level, you give the power to the crystal, right? So it's important to remember that. But at the same time, if you really want to just change your life and just have a massive transformation, I highly recommend getting this crystal. This right here is one of the newest pieces I've gotten. It is so amazing. It's so big, and it's just done so much for me. And just got this one in today. Huge piece. Shout out to that guy on Instagram. I'm gonna link it below if y'all want to hit him up. I was actually the first one to ever buy some Moldavite from him. It's amazing though, for real. It's real for sure. It's real. And this little tiny one came from the YouTuber Mark Bajerski, and he's like the Moldavite expert, but it actually broke off in a door. That was part of the other Moldavite disappearing video. My first one disappears, and then this one breaks off in a door. You know, it's going to help me wherever. Just came back from the beach again with some of my friends, and I got really sunburned, as you can tell, and I'm actually out in the sun again, this time on a mountain. And Moldavite just makes you do things out of, you know, your intuition even more. Like, I just had a feeling today, I need to come out to this mountain and talk about Moldavite. And what happened as I was walking out the door? My Moldavite that I just bought got shipped to me. No coincidence. But again, when you get this, don't think it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. That's the point, though. You know, don't be afraid to wear it. Don't take it off. When it's actually making you feel pain, physical pain sometimes, that means that you're transforming. And so there's this thing called the Moldavite Flush, or as I like to call it, the Moldavite Sting or the Moldavite Bite. Shout out to whoever commented that on one of my videos. That's a good one, the Moldavite Bite. But it really makes you feel like you're almost sweating, or some people get sick, or you know, you just have like this nerve pain in your hand when you put it in the palm of your hand, or you know, all different forms of emotional pain for sure that I've been going through, facing the darkest of dark points in my life and looking back at those things and really accepting that I can't change that. I can only become a better person because of those things. And I feel like I've finally actually gotten over things I did in the past, and you know, all of the things that came up never really were in my mind until I got Moldavite. So that is a warning for you. You might actually feel down in the dumps when you first get it, but I promise you, it's going to awaken you more. It's going to show you the way and show you what you really want in life. I went through a breakup right after I got this Moldavite, as I mentioned earlier. Not long after that at all. Went through a breakup, met some people that kind of represented, what I'm looking for, and then had all these weird synchronicities that reconnected me with my old friends. And then we went on that beach trip, and I'm not saying to give all your power away to the Moldavite, but it seriously is the most transformational thing that you can buy. The hardest things for you are a lot of the time the best things for you. And sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. So, when you get this Moldavite, if you're feeling all of these emotions coming in, just know that when you come out of that, you're going to feel a huge state of bliss, because don't get me wrong, Moldavite can make you feel absolutely amazing, connected to nature, just absolutely crazy things will happen when you put it on your forehead and meditate. I highly recommend putting Moldavite on your third eye and just feeling that energy. It's the most amazing thing, and it's associated, most people would say it's associated with the heart chakra as well. So you really are able to open your heart to things that you probably wouldn't have done before. I wouldn't have never had the confidence to come out to a public mountain and start making a video talking about crystals, because I'd be too worried about someone walking by and seeing me. This is seriously how I would be in the past. And, I was just so lonely and angry, even during my awakening, just so lonely and feeling out of place, feeling like I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And Moldavite has just kind of showed me, I'd say the biggest thing that Moldavite has helped me with is being able to take a step back and look at my life for what it is, and look at the things that I thought were mistakes or something bad, and while I'm in it, because when you're in it, it's not that easy to see. You know what I'm saying? When you're having these moments, it's not that easy to say, oh, everything's happening for a reason, this is going to help me in my life. But after these few months, I look back and I see how far I've come, not externally, but mostly internally. And the ability to be in the present moment and not lost in my thoughts like I used to be. You might get lost in your thoughts when you first get it, but that's what I'm saying. You sometimes have to go through the darkness to get to the light. And you can't have a rainbow without a little rain, so the rain might come down real hard on you when you get Moldavite, but I promise it is worth it. I can't recommend it any more to you, especially if you're someone who, really follows the beliefs of others and you feel like you're trapped around people who are bringing you down, or you just need to find a purpose. You need some motivation. You want to know, what is my life supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? You want to find your destiny, but you can't stop your destiny. And that's what I'm learning more and more. You can't stop what's meant to be. And Moldavite has showed me that for sure. You cannot stop what's meant to be. So seriously, guys, enjoy your Moldavite journey. It's one of the greatest things that I've ever done. When I first watched a video talking about Moldavite, I just had a feeling like I need to get this thing. And who would have thought, actually I thought, one day I'm going to be making videos talking about this thing and spreading this message and hoping to wake people up even more. And with everything that's been going on recently, the division amongst people and all of that, that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to be in a state of fear. They want you to be worried about something. But with Moldavite, you can just connect to wherever that thing came from and realize that it's a separate being. It's a separate thing that will actually guide you. It sounds ridiculous to say that. It sounds ridiculous to a lot of people to say that a crystal can change your life this dramatically. But so many things have just fallen away in my life, and it will take away things that don't serve you anymore. It really will. And that's the whole goal of a spiritual awakening for a lot of people, is to let go of what doesn't serve them anymore and become their highest version. So in order to accelerate your awakening the fastest way possible, I would definitely recommend Moldavite. And you're just going to become a more loving person. You might actually, influence other people's energy when you're around them, and they won't even know what's going on. You have Moldavite around other people, and they're feeling it, and they're like, what? Like, a lot of people might get uncomfortable around you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear it, because I wear it everywhere. But sometimes you can tell, like, people will have, like, a little bit of itchiness. They're, like, stressing out, or I've been having some crazy dreams ever since I got it, too. It's so amazing. The dreams that I've been having have actually just happened in my real life. Like, I've been able to manifest so fast. I was dreaming of this exact scenario with this exact person. I saw it, and then it just happened to me just a few days ago. And, I don't know how we're going to connect again, but I know we are, because Moldavite will lead you in crazy places, and who knows where else this thing is going to take me. Who knows? I don't know. I don't care. I don't have to worry about anything anymore, I just want everyone else to feel, disconnected to the world. I want everyone else to be happy. I want everyone else to face their fears and finally get over all those things that are holding them back. So I'm not saying Moldavite's the only way that you can do this, but it is a very powerful tool. Moldavite will make you start singing, start following your passion, start making videos, start working on that career that you've always dreamed of. Start meditating finally. Start reading more. Just have a desire and a passion to live your life to the fullest. And it makes you recognize how beautiful everything is, even in the dark times. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it is perfect at the same time. A lot of the things on the spiritual awakening journey are very weird to think about, because it's hard to understand where we're going. It's hard to understand what the point of all this is. But that's the point of spirituality. It's less about doing and more about just being. And when you're just being and going with the flow of the universe and putting yourself in the flow state, which is something that Moldavite really helps you get into, then you're allowing the words of the universe to flow through you. You're allowing things to just come to you without even putting in any effort. Effortless manifestation. Effortless joy. Loving people that might not agree with you, but realizing that it doesn't matter, because they're on their own journey. We're all here to learn. You don't have to force things on people. Just enjoy life. Just enjoy the things that are around you and appreciate everything that comes into your path. Whether it seems good or bad to you at the time, take it as a sign and take it as something that will help you along the way. Because if I never had those bad times, if I never had Moldavite bring up all of these negative emotions, I never would have even started a channel. I never would have even, had the confidence to do anything outside of drive around in my car in a small town, maybe work at my family business and just kind of chill and, hang out with my girlfriend still and just watch movies and just relax all the time. I never really seeing the world out there, because there's a whole world out there to explore that's been suppressed, especially if you've never really allowed yourself to go anywhere. If you want to connect to your higher self, to God, to anything that you want to call it, then get some Moldavite, because that's a connection to a space outside of the earth that we haven't even been able to identify. That's the craziest thing to me. You know, it's like you're touching a piece of another galaxy, possibly. You're touching a piece of who knows what. And this thing has not only done this for me, but for so many other people. And that's why I say this thing saved my life, because even though at the time I thought this is the worst thing ever, I'm having, a miserable time, I'm so alone, I'm so depressed, I'm so confused. When you can finally see, from a bird's eye view, all of those events, and how if that thing didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened, and how if this thing didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened, you begin to realize that this is all part of a bigger plan. And you're going to be just fine, people. You're going to be just fine. My very first piece of Moldavite for my first Moldavite video actually disappeared, and I made another video on that too. But I talked about this in the other video, but I just want to say it really did, I think, go into another dimension or another density and help me on a higher level, or help other people that I know, and really almost go to other people and show them and lead them to me. It's crazy. The reason I believe the Moldavite disappeared as well is because I was so attached to so many things that I shouldn't have been. I thought I couldn't live without certain people's love, or certain people being with me every day, and I couldn't ever go on without them. I would never be able to live my life happily. That's genuinely how I felt. And now that I'm having so many other people come into my life and reconnecting with people that I, disconnected with for whatever reason, has really opened my eyes to the fact that I would have never done that, because I was still trapped in my little box. I'd had a spiritual awakening, had, expanded my consciousness a little bit, but I was still holding on to so many things that I could never have let go of until I got Moldavite. And I'm not saying you can't let go of it without Moldavite, but for me personally, the timing is too impeccable. I probably could have let go of those, but it just made me let go of them so much faster. That's the main thing. It accelerates your journey to the top. That's really what it does. It just accelerates your own power. So you still have the power, but if you really want to speed up the process, please go get some Moldavite, and don't be afraid. Don't get rid of it. Don't throw it away. Just keep it on, keep it in your hand, and let it do its work. The synchronicities that have happened, I just made a video on those recently, but that's also part of it. And it's just all adding up too perfectly to not be some sort of video game. I'm not saying it's literally a video game, but you know what I mean. It's like it's our own little video game, and everything really is happening for a reason. Whether or not you believe that or not, Moldavite will show you. It will show you. So I'm definitely going to make some more videos about this, but I just wanted to kind of give an update on how I'm feeling about Moldavite, how I'm feeling in my life, and what's been happening ever since I got it. And a lot of you can probably tell I'm feeling a lot better than one of those recent videos that I made. I actually deleted it because I realized, it doesn't matter. I don't need to dwell on those things. I can realize that they were actually helping me. They were actually doing something to benefit me, whether or not they even knew it. Whether or not I realized it at the time, that was probably the greatest thing that could have happened to me. I'm just so thankful for this channel and how many people are supporting me. You don't know how much it really does mean to me. It really keeps me going. I can't believe how fast everything has happened. That's what I'm saying. This accelerates manifestation. I mean, you've seen, I only started making videos not even that long ago, and you know, it's just, I'm not saying I have a bunch of subscribers or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's changed my life because I realized that there's so many other people who were going through the same thing as me. And I wanted to be there to help those people. You know, some of the greatest connections are formed in the darkness. You know, I mean, not connections, creations. Because, you know, that's when you have nobody to influence you, to tear you down, or even if you do have people tearing you down, that's when you really find yourself. That's when you have to go deep within. You don't know how strong you are until that's your only choice, you know? You don't have any other choice because everybody left you behind, or you let yourself down. You know, you have to pick yourself back up. You're the one that has to win yourself back. You're the one that has to forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, or mistakes in your mind, but again, those were meant to happen. That's what makes it easier to get over. So I'm just so happy. I love you all. I'm going to be making more videos talking about Moldavite, my spiritual awakening, meditation. I might make a guided meditation soon. Let me know if you want one of those. Or just comment any video ideas you have for me. Follow me on Instagram at universalcrystals1111. Always posting songs on there, quotes, inspirational videos, all sorts of stuff. And at a time like this where there's so much division, I want you to remind yourself that the true battle is not between the human race. We don't need to make ourselves divided more. That's exactly what these people want. You see, they've created two recent narratives to cause division amongst people. It's not just something that's happening. So really look into what's happening out there. And I love all you people. We got to realize that we're all created from the same thing, not just in this country, but all over the world. And when the world realizes this, and when the world connects, then they won't be able to control us anymore. That's why they're pulling all these tricks out of their bag, because they don't have any way to control us if we're not put up against each other. And they know that the easiest way to take someone down is to attack them from within. So when they cause all of these little things amongst people, then they're distracted. They can't ever connect with themselves. They can't ever realize that they have the power and that you can actually create your own reality way easier than you've been made to believe. That's the whole reason people are conditioned to think that this kind of topic is crazy, because if everyone knew that, you know, this isn't crazy, this is what we came here to do. This is life. You know, crystals are part of the earth, you know. That's a whole nother video. I'll probably be making some more talking about the Great Awakening and stuff like that, but I love you all. Kind of got off topic, but Moldavite's amazing. Peace out.